in the back of my head, second guessing everything that I've said. I've been feeling kinda strange lately. I think I lost myself completely. Never count on me. Never count on me. Guessing everything that I said, everything that I said. I've been feeling kinda strange lately. I think I lost myself completely. Never count on me. Never count on me. Let me hear that. Let me hear that.
Yo, yo, yo. Hello. How's everyone doing? It's Friday. End of the week. Oh, whoops. I'm still wearing my mask. One sec. How are you guys feeling this fine Friday? Okay, I think I got the other camera sorted here. Let's check out the angle. Close enough. Just signing off of work. Nice. Yeah, I've kind of totally lost track of the feeling of kind of what it feels like to reach the end of a work week. I mean, the closest I got to really having that feeling was when I was in college. Yeah, I'm pretty fortunate to have been full-time since I dropped out. It's pretty wild to think about. Hope your family likes Haywyre. Psych. I think I read that out of context. Psychedeloscope, hello. Glad to see you here again. I see Bash is tuned in. Partially awake. Bash in the house. How many noodles we at? That's a good question. So, since it is Friday, we are going to be doing a little bit of feedback. Some feedback for tracks that you guys are submitting, hopefully. Otherwise, this will end up being a pretty short stream. So here's how we're going to do this. As per usual, there shall be a raffle keyword. Let's see, what are we going to make it today? What shall the keyword be? Nightbot's telling us how this business works. Pretty sweet. Let's see. I'm going to make it, just to continue the tradition, I'm just going to make it exclamation mark Martin sucks. %, chance mods are turned off anyway. Is there a way to enable or change that? I don't know. My hair's doing a really interesting little cowlicky thing right now. Hello, Martini and friends. Hello, Coffee Cup. I've got your brother right here. Me and your brother are having a really good time right now. Spare him? Not a chance, dude. Not a freaking chance. Okay. So I suppose I should turn on my desktop. Cool, let's roll this. Roll a new winner. Okay, Fractured 022. What up? What are the lights behind? That's a good question. For some reason my camera my webcams really don't like these hue lights. It looks so bizarre on the webcam on this one, but you can see in this one, this is how it should look. And for some reason, I don't know, I've tried to mess with the settings, but it's just not looking that great. Okay, let's check this out. Check it out. So this is our first critique track of the day by Fractured and Pelican. A work in progress. Let's check it out. Cool. Nice production on this. So I haven't really acclimated my ears to thinking very critically, so I was just kind of jamming out on it. What kind of feedback do you think you're looking for? I think I can just kind of mostly just like cohesiveness. I mean, there's a few small things I could kind of nitpick and say, I know there's maybe a few small mix things that could be improved, but like one of the first things that comes up is this chord here. The fourth chord. I'm kind of, it's hard to hear every single note that's in there, but I think you might be better off having, to me it sounds like it's supposed to be some kind of A minor chord. I think it becomes more obvious later in the song. Actually, not quite. Some of those like triplet kick drum hits are cool too. But yeah, I think so. What I'm hearing is a D minor, B flat major, F major, A minor. So what I would consider doing is you totally don't have to make it super obvious that it's A minor. In fact, it isn't really obvious in this section either, but it kind of sounds like that's what you're going for. If not, then ignore everything I'm saying. But you know, if you don't want it to be obvious that it's A minor, you want it to be something kind of creative, you could do some kind of interesting like inversion or something. So you could do like, so then you don't hear necessarily like the A in the root. You could do some kind of inverted chord of it or something. In fact, you don't have to use root notes for any of the chords necessarily, especially in the intro. And then the root notes can be revealed in the drop, but yeah, anyways, just a random little thought there. Oh, wait, I think maybe I'm actually interpreting this wrong. Yo, Coffee Cup, thank you for the sub. That's your noodle for subscribing. Appreciate it. So sorry, I think I actually hearing this little blip here. So I think that's the chord that you wanted there, from what I can tell, because that little lick there outlined the chord, I think. Yo, Sisyphus. That's wild. Subscribe for 13 months. Thank you so much, man. That's a little lick for you. So anyways, it sounds almost like you're going for like a more of a diminished or a like altered, like with the sharp 5 and stuff. So that could totally work. It feels like a little. I think you could do something like this. Just mess around with it a little bit. Test this chord out here. So A, G, C sharp, F, A, C. If you do want to kind of infuse some of that jazzy altered dominant goodness into there, I would give that a go. Otherwise, it feels like it's living a little bit in this kind of no man's land. So other than that, I actually really like the groove. It reminds me a little bit of breakdowns and metal tracks and stuff. It's got a nice vibe. And the bass line is actually like quite active because I think it's kind of trying to follow the kick drum hits, which is also super active. So it's a very rhythmic tune, but I love how in these kind of in breakdowns and like in tunes like this, you know, you got that like splash cymbal on the downbeats, and that is what kind of keeps the rhythm going. Like, I know, really sick beatboxing. I know. Another thing, and again, all this can be a stylistic thing. I won't try to pick apart everything. I really think you've got a cool idea here. So more than anything, I'd want you to keep working on it and finish it with whoever Pelican is. But the melody is more of a. It feels more of a riff than a melody right now. So like. Dum 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 da ba da ba boom da 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 da. Like the rest of it kind of feels I don't know, it doesn't feel it rhythmically, and like some parts of it do, like there are certain motives in the that are repeating throughout the riff and stuff, but it feels like it's more of a side note in the track, which is totally fine. Personally, I would try to make it into something a bit more, that I don't know, for the lack of a better word, like something catchier. Because I think the first two measures are quite nice. And then it's or something, right? Yeah, that kind of feels like it was kind of just jotted in an attempt to wrap up the riff, which is totally fine, because you got to have something there, obviously. So this feels, that's kind of like the A of the melody, right? And that's kind of like an A prime or something. Like a slight variation of it. What would be nice is maybe you could consider for the fourth measure coming back down closer to where the A starts again. So something like this. I don't know if I like that very much either, but I would just continue experimenting with it. I feel like there might be some phrasing in there that'll make it feel more like a melody if that's something you wish for. Anyways, thanks for sharing that, man. It's a cool tune. Please let me know if you end up finishing it. I think it's really cool. All right, let's go on to the next raffle. I uni peppororum. What in the world is that? Is that a Dragon Ball Z character? I feel like it is. But it's a caricature. Wait, how do I send? Do you have a private SoundCloud link or something? Yeah, if you've got a private SoundCloud link, that's all we need. Okay. So we got a track here by Haywyre Pepperorum. Oh wait, I think you sent me your profile. There we go. Oh wait, you have to send me the private link, otherwise I won't be able to listen to it. So on the SoundCloud track, you have to, on the private SoundCloud track, you click share and then you copy that link. Here, I'll show you. So here's my profile, right? And here are all my tracks. Here are my private tracks. If I click share and I take this link and I share it, then other people can listen to it. Perfect. Thanks. Cool. Nice. I have the chance too loud on the second part. So is this... Wow, that's so weird. I didn't realize SoundCloud shows silence like this. So, did you mean to render it like this, by the way? Just double checking to make sure. Because I do want to know where this goes. I like what you have so far. Man, yo, you got these huge cliffhangers. I can't make a drop. I have no ideas. Well, every idea starts somewhere, man. You know, I don't think you have to force anything, but you'd be surprised, I think, if you just tried to sketch things out. I mean, that sound exactly how you wanted to, but it's worth working on. Like, what you have so far is really cool. I like it a lot. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds cool so far. I would just keep working on it, man. Anyways, really cool idea so far. There's not really much for me to critique here. Like, actually what you have, I think, is quite solid. And it's kind of hard to judge a lot of it without the full context of the track. You know, for example, I might say, I don't really like how much low end there is in this part here. But I think I would make that judgment based on how the rest of the song sounds. Like, maybe the low end here is actually quiet enough for the impact of what happens after this build to pop off still. So yeah, it is a contextual thing, I think, giving good feedback. So I would just keep writing it, man. Keep working on it. All right, let's roll the next one. We shall continue rolling. Trillinus. What is up? Wait. Oh no.
We got a new subscriber.
Yo, we got a new subscriber.
Oh, thank you so much for the sub. Hold up. Sorry, I gotta do something real quick here. I'm not gonna say what I'm doing on purpose for a brief second here. Shit. Alright, here we go. Yes. Okay. Somebody looked at the private link that I shared. Or I didn't share, but that was on the screen. And I really didn't want that to happen because that was definitely not a serious track. At the same time, it may be my masterpiece. Anyways, I had to reset the private link. I realized that I probably shouldn't flash that on my on screen. Okay. Trillian, wake up. This is the next track.
Cause I can't wake up. Cause I can't wake up. I don't wanna let go of all the worlds that I made. Why can't I stay? Cause I've been planning an escape far away from this place. I can't stay here much longer. Make another mistake. But there's no better way now. All the friends that I made, all the love and hope I found, it's all starting to fade. And I can't wake up. Cause I can't wake up. Why can't I stay?
It's a really cool tune. I like a lot of the processing you've done. Like on the vocals. Really unique. I wonder curious what vocoder you're using. Sounds like it could be the Ableton vocoder, but some really interesting post-processing there. A very unique tune, I would say. It's cool how much of a journey it is. I like that quite a bit. That it doesn't really feel like there's anything repeating itself, and there's also that key change in there. Or it is kind of a key change, isn't it? I thought it's more like based around D minor, and then it goes to this kind of like C minor thing. Yeah, there is a key change there. Cool. I mean, I'm not sure what to suggest here. Because, I mean, I've got ideas, but it feels like this tune is already so fleshed out.
Planning an escape.
Like, that part is sick. I love that.
I've been planning an escape. Far away from this place. I can stay here much longer. Make another mistake. But there's no better way now. All the friends that I made.
And I think the mix is quite nice as well. So actually, one suggestion I will make is that I think this could actually be potentially a pretty nice improvement. So the melody you've got here at 142. Hey, Shezwiz, thank you for gifting that sub to Trillinus. That's dope of you. You should absolutely consider foreshadowing this melody in the build. That's one thing I noticed actually listening to this was that you know, leading up to this point, I think there is the right amount of elements being introduced gradually. Yeah, I totally think that having the melody from this drop, quote unquote drop section should totally be foreshadowed. I think that would be great, great compositional decision in my opinion. That felt like a little brief moment of Koan sound in there. Yeah, I mean, all in all, it's a super fun like journey. And like I said before, I think it's cool that there's nothing really repeating. But that's kind of the thing that stands out most to me is like that foreshadowing that melody a little bit. Maybe getting rid of some of that low end stereo in that guitar would be nice. 'Cause I can't wake up. Yeah, word. I think that's you know, I don't really know what other suggestions to give, because yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a very finished tune. That's the thing. It's like it's mixed quite well, and that idea is very fleshed out. So I don't want to be giving like feedback that might end up, feedback that essentially isn't relevant anymore because of the decisions that have already been made. So I think that kind of can be boiled down to like creative difference or something like that. But thank you so much for sharing that, man. Really cool tune. So let's roll on to the next person. Offski. That was fast. Jesus. I was like, oh, I'll play a little piano here. But no, Offski's got to have the link ready. No. My name's Offski. I'm sorry. I gotta have the link ready right away. I'm just being an asshole. It's actually a good thing. I'm giving you a compliment, Offski. Thanks for having the link ready. Cool, cool. Nice mix on this. Oh, I like this vocal. I wonder why. Yeah, the mix on this is really nice, I think. Very cool. I like it a lot. I mean, the only consideration I had with this is it's almost a shame that you don't hear the vocal until this point in the track. You do hear it in the like heavily low pass in the intro, which is also cool. But it definitely feels like more of a kind of like a background element, and then here it really comes to the forefront. That does give the track a really cool like progressive element where like really rewards the listener for like being part of the journey. And I think that's always cool. So I'm certainly not saying that you should have the vocal be audible at the beginning. But yeah, just a consideration there. Really good mix on this too, man. Shit, if only I could do piano solos like that. You can, I'm sure. Just takes a little bit of time if you don't play. This is just process splice goodness. Gotcha. Okay. Fair enough. But yeah, man, it's a really cool tune. I hope you finish it up and release it. Thanks for sharing. Okay, let's re-roll. Let's keep the ball moving. Wow, we've got some great submissions today. Thank you guys for for sharing what you're working on. It's dope. Kark Tank, you entered the raffle by typing in exclamation mark Martin sucks. Another fast one. Jesus. Jesus. Oh, that's nice. Very cool. Fun little idea. It currently feels a little disjointed. As in, still have to add a solo here. So I think my main piece of feedback is right now what you have here feels kind of like and correct me if I'm wrong, my impression is that it feels like you've got a cool chord progression and you've got some good sounds, and you're having fun with them, and you're obviously putting a lot of time and effort, from what I can tell, into making sure things sound good. But I'm having trouble trying to latch on to kind of what the I'm not sure how to phrase this properly. I'm not sure exactly what the vibe or the mission of the track is, because again, I think the chords are dope, and I think you've got actually like some great sounds in here. I think the mix is sounding pretty cool, like very dry, but and that's great for like impact and stuff. But I mean, obviously you got this melody here. I think maybe that's one bit of feedback I have, is aside from maybe things feeling a little disjointed, as in like I'm not sure exactly like I think actually to me the most like the biggest focal point of the track actually is that melody. It's not really this part actually. And I feel like that part is what you have intended to be the drop essentially of the song. Whereas I feel like that feels almost like some kind of like post-chorus kind of a riff type thing. So aside from like the song structure, one other thing I'll mention is that you also, I think, pretty much have the exact same chord progression going throughout the entire track, which isn't always a problem, I don't think. But it would be like, I guess, a challenge that I would propose to you is to consider experimenting by adding some other chord progressions in there. So, you know, for example, you could go after the melody. I don't know, something like that would just be cool to add some variation to the song. So I think that a lot of this the cool thing about what you have right now is you have a lot of sounds that work well together. You have a melody, you have a great chord progression, and now I think the challenge is structure, like arrangement, and creating the right context for all the stuff that you've crafted very carefully to actually work well. So yeah, I'm still figuring out the vibe of the drop. I'm gonna do more lead stuff at that point as well, so it'll come full circle. But I'm leaving the leads to the end because I want to make sure the context is there. Okay, for sure. Dope. Well, thanks for sharing, man. I like the track. So that was a Funk Time by 360. I hope you wrap it up because it's a cool tune. All right, let's roll to the next one. Joe SCMO. I mean, I think I understand what's going on here. But why is the H not in Joe Schmo? Shouldn't you have the H there? Was the name already taken? I'm sorry. I'm a little bit It was a mistake, really? Joe Simo? Joe SC Mo? Oh, so this is a release track. Let's see how this works. Oh my god. I can't believe somebody... Oh my god. I can't believe I kind of managed to not seem embarrassed by it, but it is so funny to me that somebody took that random private link that was just on the stream earlier and listened to it, because that track is actually quite hilarious. There's a reason that it's private. There's a reason a lot of those tracks are private. that one in particular. Okay, so apparently that didn't work. So let me see if I can just open up Spotify here. Joe SCMO. And it's Future Reminiscing. I got some this is not an A440. Different tuning. This is cool. Kind of a cool title too. I like it a lot. It reminds me a little bit of I used to listen to Brain Feeder a lot in high school. This reminds me of yeah, like I don't know, Flying Lotus's like LA days. That's a cool lead. Yeah, it's a jam. And because one thing I'll say is that, like, you know, there's like this little bit of distortion that might be happening because of the kick drum hitting with the low end, and it's not being sidechained, or maybe not being sidechained enough, which actually I don't think is actually a problem. I feel like the distortion actually has a little bit of character to it, and if you listen to a lot of that like Brain Feeder stuff, it kind of purposefully, a lot of it purposefully does that. Ooh, interesting little key change there. Cool. Thanks for sharing that, man. It's a cool idea. Tuned minus 50 cents. All good.
New subscriber.
MC Bust, what the frick is up? Thank you for subscribing. Here's a little lick for you since you subscribed. Thank you, Haywyre. You're a huge inspiration. Thank you.
Thank you for
Appreciate it.
donation.
Raphael Ober, what's up? $1 for 1 minute on that private
für eine
track.
Minute auf der private Track.
Oh, I don't think I could do it. I don't know. The level of embarrassment is uncanny. See what I did there? P.S. Uncanny Tracks. If you have a link, please share it. Hi. I appreciate the donation anyways, so I'm going to give you a link at least. Okay, so we got our track from Uncanny Tracks. Ready to go. Depth. Kark Tank, I highlighted this message. Indeed you did. Your power. Your efforts are futile, MCAT Scrub. I have learned the ways of the highlighted message. Is that in the song? Are those car horns in the song? Oblivion. I don't know if any of you guys ever played Elder Scrolls Oblivion, but I wrote a song. That was what the song was about. It's me singing about the entire premise of the song is I'm telling my mom that she should let me play Oblivion. When I was growing up, that was like my favorite game. And I played it way too much, and so she would often have to give me timeouts. Unplug the computer, force me to go outside, do things normal people would do. I like the song Uncan. It reminds me a little bit of maybe like Taiko-ish.
Thank you for the donation.
Can I send the link in chat, or do I have to donate more?
Or do I have to donate more?
My dude, thank you so much for the donation. You may enter the raffle, and if you get picked, you get picked. I don't really I'm not really taking donations directly in order to listen to tracks, unfortunately. I don't want people to feel like they have to have money for them to be able to get their tracks listened to. So that's I don't want them to feel like they have to be able to give me X amount of dollars for me to consider checking out a track. So that's why I don't do that. So hence the random raffling. But I do appreciate the donation. Okay, so in terms of feedback, I think I actually don't really have that much. One thing I would suggest is maybe I like hearing things squished a bit more. Things are definitely a bit on the quiet end for this tune. So I'd consider slapping a little bit on there. Nothing excessive, but I think that would be kind of nice. Help the sounds kind of glue together a bit more. That'd be nice. So, and other than that, I think you got a great vibe going here.
Subscriber.
Yo, thank you for gifting that sub, Luke. To Bash. All right. Well, yeah, man. I mean, I'm not sure what else to say. Like, I feel like you got a vibe here and you nailed it, and the track is great. It sounds like really good kind of summertime night walks or night cruises. or bonfires with friends, that kind of thing. I don't know, maybe not the best example, but that's what I think of at least. Really like the tune. So I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do one or two more tracks here, and then I'm gonna call it. So we got two more tracks we're gonna raffle into. We got Dio X1. It's your boy. It is. One sec. Let me turn on my air conditioning. It's your boy back with songs because I don't make music. That's all right. I just have a beat for Martin to jam to. All right, let's do it. Let's go. LETSGO. Let's go.
New subscriber.
Static Rock.
Yo, I'm back.
What the frick is up? Before I play the song, let me give Static Rock a little welcome jingle. Okay, let's check this out. Whoops. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Very cool. Also, Shez wait, what? Shez was gifted a tier 1 sub to Nightbot?
Thank you for the donation. Yep.
I'm quite confused. Luke Meltard. Oh man. Please do mine as the last one. Subscribe for more.
Subscribed for more and didn't get picked.
Yo, thank you so much for the donation. But I hope you understand. It's just not something I can do, unfortunately. Like, I think it's more of a sign of respect to kind of all the people involved that, you know, money isn't required for me to listen. I really appreciate the donation, and I know it is kind of whack with the random generator. You can't always get picked and stuff. So, you know, I'll try to figure out another way to go about it. I do my best to stay consistent with the feedback streams and make sure I'm around and available and stuff. I just don't want people to feel like they need to spend money to get feedback. So that's kind of why I don't do that. I'll roll again, and I've got my fingers crossed for you, man. But yeah, I just think it's better off for me not to cross that boundary, because once I do that, I'm showing everyone that, oh, as long as I'm, you know, tipping money, I can get them to listen to my music. And then people that can't afford to be tipping are left in the dark, and I don't want money to be the barrier, right? So that's kind of the issue, unfortunately. So let's roll to another person here. There you go, buddy. That's hilarious. actually cracks me up. It was meant to be. It was meant to be.
Yo, we got a new subscriber.
Nakayan 5, thank you so much. He said, "Thank you, God." What are the chances of that? I guess they're pretty slim. They're not astronomically low. But hey, real quick, let me get a little jam going for Nakayan 5 for the sub.
Yo, we got a new subscriber.
And we got another sub from DOX1, gifting that sub to Uncanny Tracks. So I got 2 jingles for you guys. Here's number 1.
Just keeping this hectic rolling.
Okay, and then one more sub song, sub noodle, whatever you want to call it here for DOX1.
Yo, we got a new subscriber.
Okay, we did get another sub there too. Dio, thank you for gifting that sub. Sorry, just gonna take a quick second before I play your song, Luke, to just bust out one little noodle here.
Yo, we got a new subscriber.
Dio,
Yo, we got a new subscriber.
what in the world is happening? Where are all these subs coming from?
Yo, we got a new subscriber.
So M4UGER, thank you so much for the sub.
Got a new subscriber.
What the heck, guys? I don't know what to do here. This is so many noodles. Legit, thank you so much for the sub. How many noodles? McGuganator also, thank you for the sub. What the hell is happening? Dio gifted a sub to the Arches. Okay, guys, let's take a breather here for a second.
Yo, we got a new subscriber.
or not. Okay, Jesus. Kazing it, thank you so much for the sub. Okay, I'm just gonna play one minute of noodles for you guys, and then I'm gonna play Luke's song, because I don't want to keep him waiting here too long. I don't know where all these subs randomly came from, but I'm just gonna play for a minute and come up with a few different ideas for you guys. This goes to all the random subs that just came in. All right. All right, let's get to this last feedback song. Thank you guys for all the subs. So this is We Pray by God's Warrior. Hey, thank you so much for the bits, Nakan. Nakayan.
Pray to thee, our God. Pray to thee, our God.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Luke. I still can't believe it randomly chose you. That was quite hilarious. The timing of that too. The very last track I was gonna feedback. I thought actually the mix was quite solid in the tune. I think I honestly don't listen to music similar to this that much, so it's a little bit difficult for me to critique. You've got a lot of ebb and flow here. It is the same chord progression throughout the entire thing, but I think there's enough, enough ups and downs for it to work. I do think that maybe the beginning is a little bit, maybe too on the nose. Like maybe start with just the drums and like a little bit, just a small section of the phrase. So obviously you got like the main chord progression and melodic element of the song is the. Whoops, sorry. So you could do for the intro, it's just. then you can get into the groove of like the full riff. And yeah, other than that, I think like you could consider adding some subtle chord progression variations. A lot of like really good sound design in here. Like those plucks are quite nice, and I think the mixing is all right. Like especially with EDM, you kind of want you really want those kick and snare transients to pop. You want the side chaining to be pretty much as intense as you have it here. I guess one suggestion I'll make is try to limit a lot of the fills you have to moments where your main motif isn't playing. So you sometimes have those little bass growls and that kind of stuff happening while the melody is playing. I think you'll find actually a really good reference for this is probably Virtual Riot. I'm assuming you're a fan of him now that I listen to this. But I think one of the things that he's really good at is he's got the core motif of his tracks, and then he'll always have all these other embellishments and sounds to fill in the blanks around it. But he won't have too much else going on while that main phrase or motif is happening. So you can go like, you know, something like that, where the fills happen mostly in the blank spaces between the melody. But yeah, anyways. Yeah, appreciate you sharing that tune. And I think that's going to be it for me for today. Oh god, it's 3 a.m. Why would you waste your time watching my stream at 3 a.m.? Yeah, thank you for sharing it, Luke. And thank you guys for hanging out. I hope that the feedback was helpful to those of you that wanted feedback. Or hopefully some of my jam sessions gave you some new ideas. And I'll be back on Monday for some more music production streaming. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Yeah, that's going to be it for me for today. Love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Stay fresh. Bye.